we're going to demonstrate several different shipping workflows. So we'll start here by looking at a sales order. Here's a simple sales order with one item with a quantity of items set to prepaid and charge. And we're going to go ahead and do a fulfillment of a set of these orders. So I've set up a group ahead of time. We can do a batch fulfillment of a set by going to the NetSuite batch fulfillment process. You can see these are all set to a variety of carriers, USPS, UPS, FedEx, it doesn't matter. So I'll just grab 4 of them. I'll submit them for batch fulfillment. Now, this does all of the transactions in one step in NetSuite around the inventory. So it records the quantity of the items that are used for that set of sales orders, and I really don't have to do any other work. So I refresh this, I can see that the sales orders are complete in terms of the fulfillment process, and I've done that with one step. You normally don't have to go through and browse the details like we're doing here. Now let's activate Pacejet, and for these orders, let's say they're items, one item e-commerce orders. They ship in a box that's the same box that the products are in. So I'm just going to select the 4 items here and auto ship them. This is a highly automated shipping process. There's no decisions by the user. There's no screen that comes up in your face. You can just grab a set, just like you did all the transactions for fulfillment, for inventory, you can do all the transactions in printing for shipping. So here, it didn't matter that it was FedEx, UPS, and USPS. I just select the orders, I process them. I'm going to get my different labels, my packing list, any documents that I have turned on, and it's going to update the item fulfillment records in my overall system here with the details, and we can take a look at that. So if I go back and drill down on one of my sales orders, I can see the detail of that particular sales order. Now it's set to pending billing. You can see then any related records or related shipments. I could just drill down on the item fulfillment record that we just shipped, and I can see its status is shipped along with the detail of the shipment itself. So very highly automated shipping process with very few steps of actual user activity. Now for a different workflow, we're going to go in and copy a sales order again, and this time we're going to do a pick, pack, ship workflow where I need to make some decisions, and I might need to change how I'm handling the shipment as it goes out the door. So in this instance, we're going to have a couple of different items that are in the sales order. It's been preset to FedEx Ground and prepaid and charge. And I'm going to go ahead and print a pick ticket for this sales order. So I'll print a standard NetSuite pick ticket, find the sales order, print it. Now I could be doing a group of these, but for our demo here, we'll just pick one. I get the pick ticket, it has a couple of items on it. It's got a barcoding turned on, so I'll be able to scan it in and process it. So I could come in here and scan that order in, identify the order that I've picked, pick the location or set the location I'm getting the inventory from. Now in this instance, I'm going to ship short. Let's say that I don't have all the inventory on hand for this particular order. I thought maybe I'd do one. Let's do 2. Now in this workflow, I've done a partial shipment. So I've recorded the inventory in the item fulfillment record. I'm going to make some fast decisions as I work through the process here very quickly. So first, I can activate shipping right off the item fulfillment record, and it brings up all the details of the shipment. Now in this instance, let's say I have to pack it slightly differently. So I go in and I add a container. It's going to be a medium-sized box. I'll grab that medium box. I'm going to drill down to the details because I want the details for my packing slip, drag and drop an item to another container, have it recalculate the weights, or I could just use a scale and scale read if I wanted. Now, because I have a couple of boxes here, I'm going to clear that preset FedEx and do a rate shop, because I suspect now with new dimensional weight characteristics, it might actually be cheaper to use a regional parcel carrier. Turns out I'm right. Pitt, Ohio Ground is a lot cheaper than the FedEx shipment, so I'm going to go ahead and ship with that carrier. Now, with this workflow, we still get the automation of things like the labels here. You can see a couple of labels for each box. The packing slip will automatically print. I just have a more flexible workflow that I can stop and make decisions along the way that impact my choices. Now, I'm going to go back here then. Let's say it's a day later. I'm going to clean up that partial shipment. I've got the remaining inventory finally that came in from my supplier, and I'm going to create the item fulfillment record for the remaining quantity of one that I owe the customer. And just like before, I'll use the same workflow here. I can identify the quantity and the location that I've picked the inventory from, and then once I create that item fulfillment record, I can just activate shipping here right off the item fulfillment. So we activate shipping. We can see the the details of our shipment here. In this case, it's just a quantity of 1. It was auto packed into 1 box. It's preset to FedEx, so we're not going to change anything this time. We're just going to hit auto ship here. It's going to rate and ship for the 1 box for that partial shipment. So here you can actually skip some of the steps right within the workflow where you know you don't want to make any additional changes or decisions along the way, and it does all the other automation steps that we would expect with printing. Again, a packing list. In this case, it was for the quantity of 1 just to catch up for that partial shipment. Oh, you can see that here on the packing slip. Same thing with the shipping label, and in this case we use FedEx, not Pitt, Ohio ground. Now that we've done 2 shipments against this sales order, we can go back and take a look at the partial shipment and then the completion of that shipment by looking at the sales order here, and we can see it's set to pending billing, which makes sense. We've done all the shipments and we're billing for that. There's 2 item fulfillment records, and we can actually look at the details on the Pacejet tab here that shows me 2 different containers, 2 different shipments with 2 containers in the first shipment and 1 container in the second. And then I can see the tracking links. Several of them were for the Pitt, Ohio shipment and each of the boxes there, and the other one was for a FedEx shipment. For the last workflow example here for shipping, we're going to start where we did before, which is select a set of orders. We're not going to show entering the orders here, but we'll just select a group of orders here, 4 different orders. And in this example, one of them was left blank, so that's kind of a best way example, and then a couple other carriers. And then we'll do a batch fulfillment. So like before, this just illustrates how you can do all of the inventory activities, the picking activities, in an automated fashion within the ERP system, within NetSuite here. So all those orders are ready to go. They show up on the shipping workbench. Now we activate Pacejet. Now in this example, we're just going to scan in a packing list number, identify the shipment, and hit auto ship. And we could do that with the accelerator keys in Pacejet so that we could repeatedly just scan and ship, scan and ship, scan and ship. That's another way to do an automated workflow. We use something called wedge mode, which we can turn off here when we're doing that rapid fire scan and ship. And then here we can scan in a packing list again, identify the shipment we want to work on. But instead of just saying auto ship, we can actually drill down and make some decisions. So the user can make some choices here. Like here, I'm just going to clear the carrier and rate shop. And I might make that decision at the last minute as part of a workflow change. So if I want to go scan and highly automated just ship it without making any decisions, I can do that. But if I want to scan and then say, hey, wait a second, there's a reason I want to rate shop this particular shipment like I'm doing here, I can do that. So let's do one more example here that shows how you can do a highly automated process, but make decisions along the way. We're going to scan in another order here. I can see that this one is set to FedEx ground, so I could just auto ship it, or I might have a reason to drill down. I can look at the details on this shipment, hit the P key or click the package area because I've adjusted packaging. So I quickly clone a container, maybe drill down here and drag items into the other container so I have container contents detail, and then I go up and run the rate request process. And here I can see the actual cost. This is preset to FedEx ground, so I get a price update. I might change my mind then and say, well, you know what, I'm going to rate shop that because it's pretty expensive, and see if there's a lowest cost option. Turns out there is, a regional carrier. So it shows me the lowest cost option. I can select that and process the shipment just with one click. So not only can I do highly automated shipment processes, but I can make decisions along the way when I want to intervene and redirect. And that's how you can really drive efficiency and also lower cost at the same time.